Hello guys, I saw a lot of comments in the internet about Nikon situation nowadays. Some comments talking about Nikon is going to close, Nikon is dying, Nikon is failing, Nikon is losing, and also some people start talking about Sony is going to buy Nikon very soon. So this is the trigger of today's video. In today's video, guys, I want to respond to these comments. I want to share my opinion, and I want to explain to you what's going on with Nikon nowadays, and how Nikon can respond to this and how they can improve. In today's video, guys, I want to share with you what's going on with Nikon nowadays, and also I tried to list all the points that I believe from user point of view, if the camera manufacturers, including Nikon, will manage to address these points, things will be better. Let me share what I have with you guys. First of all, what is the trigger of today's video and all the comments and reviews in the internet nowadays about Nikon? Recently, with their latest financial report, Nikon announced extraordinary losses. They announced extraordinary losses in their latest financial report. Also, they killed the DL series cameras. You can watch my detailed video about Nikon kills DL series cameras and what was the trigger for that action. And also, the company is doing restructuring and they have voluntary retirement. Voluntary retirement, I can tell you guys, this is just some kind of cost cutting in a nice way, firing employees in a nice way. So three things happened to Nikon recently: extraordinary losses in their latest financial report, they killed the DL series cameras, and also they have company restructuring with voluntary retirements. So guys, the competition is really high nowadays. Nikon, Canon, Pentax, Panasonic, Sony, all these guys, they are fighting to get more and more market share in photography and in videography industry. And on top of this, smartphones giving hard time to all of these guys, because now more people start using smartphones to take photos and videos, and there's a lot of people that are not interested to go and buy professional camera to use it for photos or videos. Now let me tell you guys what, from my point of view, the bad things Nikon did recently. First thing, Nikon tried to enter the world of action cams. They produced and released 3 action cams, but unfortunate, these action cams not successful at all, and we cannot compare it to GoPro or Sony action cams. So I'm not sure why decided to enter this field or enter this world, because this world is totally dominated by GoPro and also Sony. The second bad thing they did is the DL cams. The announcement of the DL cameras from the beginning, it was wrong, because we have Sony RX100 and RX10, and we have Panasonic FZ2500 and LX10. And these cameras already, the users using it and loving it, so you cannot compete. You cannot compete with Panasonic and Sony in this area. So the announcement and the development, the R&D in this area was completely wrong, the DL cameras. And for sure, they did not release these cameras, and good. They did not release these cameras, because their losses will be more and more if they manage to release the DL cameras. The third bad thing they did, it was the SnapBridge application. This application, when they announced it, all photographers were very happy about this application, because the idea of it is amazing. This application, you will install it on your Android smartphone or your Apple smartphone, and this application will allow you to connect to your camera and start pulling your photos and footage from your camera, and you can share it immediately to the social media websites. So the idea is amazing, but the implementation was bad. When they announce it, the people start using the application, but the user experience was bad and the application was not working as expected. So they announced something, users were expecting this application will be robust and this application will be reliable and they can trust it and start using it, but unfortunately the application was not performing as it's expected. The fourth point, and I believe it is one of the most important points, which is they did not enter the mirrorless world yet and they did not take it seriously. Sony releasing camera every quarter nowadays, and they are doing really well, and they are getting a lot of market share from Nikon and from Canon. The mirrorless cameras, the people, they like it, they want to use it. It is extremely light, it is user friendly, and it is just ready to take it and they travel with it and take amazing photos. People want mirrorless cameras, so you need to give people mirrorless cameras. So I believe these 4 points, just from my point of view, this is the bad things Nikon did recently, which is the release of action cameras. They released action cams while GoPro is there and Sony is there, and they are doing amazing job in action cameras. And they have the DL series cameras. They announced it, but good, they did not release it. The SnapBridge application, the experience is really bad with this application. And the point number 4, which is the mirrorless cameras. They keep releasing new DSLRs, but they did not release good, high quality mirrorless cameras, serious mirrorless cameras, to compete directly with Sony and Panasonic. Now, I tried also to list down the points, what Nikon can do to improve the situation. This is again just from my point of view, from my experience using Nikon products. And really guys, I want to hear from you just in the comments below. What do you think? What bad things Nikon, and not just Nikon, other manufacturers did recently, because also Canon is suffering. And also guys, try in the comments to explain what do you think, why that thing that they did is really bad, and also tell me what do you think, what they can do to improve the situation. And don't forget guys to subscribe to the channel. So now, what they can do as a Nikon to improve the situation. First thing from my point of view is there is no need anymore for Nikon to provide or produce point and shoot cameras. This market is almost dead, and Nikon is still investing and doing point and shoot cameras. Guys, the point and shoot cameras is just a camera. It's in most of the situation it is in the auto mode. You can use it to take photos and videos, and just your smartphone perform better. It is better to use your smartphones than using a point and shoot camera. Buying a point and shoot camera from Nikon, especially from Nikon, is a waste of money, because your iPhone, your Android really perform better than the point and shoot cameras. It is not bringing to you good profit, so you don't need it. The second point I want to talk about here is mirrorless cameras. Till now, Nikon did not take mirrorless cameras seriously. They are producing DSLRs, but till now they did not take mirrorless cameras seriously. And this area, the mirrorless cameras, so far it is dominated by Sony and also Panasonic. And I can see Nikon and Canon, they need to take this area seriously, because they are losing too much because of mirrorless cameras. Mirrorless cameras now, it is not a joke or toy anymore. It is serious cameras, and a lot of professional photographers and videographers, they start switching from Nikon and Canon to Sony and Panasonic, because mirrorless cameras, it is really light, it is user friendly, and also it comes with a lot of features like electronic viewfinder. People, they want to use the electronic viewfinder because it is really amazing, which we don't have in the DSLRs. The third point is enhance camera video capabilities. Please, Nikon, you need to focus in this point. You need to enhance your camera's video capabilities. For any guy who want to shoot video, just check the people who is shooting videos. Most of them, they go to Sony, Panasonic, Canon, but people don't want to go to Nikon to shoot videos, because all of us, when we look to Nikon, we look to it as a camera to use it for still, for photography, but not for videography, because of the bad codecs, because of the focus system when it comes to video. So we are expecting from Nikon to focus more and more in the video, and to start having better codec, and to start having video features in their cameras, and also to start introducing more cameras with articulating screen, so you can see yourself when you are shooting video. People want to use cameras for vlogging, so articulating screen is a basic thing for vlogging. And also your cameras that supposed to be video cameras, you need to introduce touch in these cameras, so guys, they can touch to focus. So these basic things, Nikon should focus on these things, and I see these things is basic. Just do it and more people will come to buy your cameras for video. Point number 4, applications and the camera software. The camera software really needs update. When people using their smartphones to capture photos and videos, they love the interface, they love the application they use in their smartphones. When they want to go steps from this, when they want to go and do upgrade from their smartphones and buy professional DSLR or mirrorless camera or whatever, they will start looking to these cameras. And when you compare the camera software and menus and system with the smartphone is way better, more user friendly, and the touch is more responsive, and the application is more and more. So we cannot compare the smartphone experience with the cameras, but the camera should start improving. The Nikon cameras, especially the menu system, is really old. It needs update, needs revolution, a new menu system. Just make it like smartphone. Anyone can use it, anyone can understand it. Just make it quick, responsive, with touch screen and with applications. Allow the users to install applications, make a store, and allow the users to download applications from that store to use it for their photography and videography. And for that area, I believe Nikon or Sony or Canon, none of these, they are ready to do such thing. So you need to hire good guys, developers and designers to develop applications and operating systems for your devices. Point number 5, which is the touch screen. I already talked about this, and again, touch screen is really important. You need to touch to focus for still and for video, and this is very important. All cameras should come now with touch screen, because you need to convince the guys who's using their smartphones to shoot photos and videos. You need to convince these guys to do the upgrade and buy DSLR or mirrorless cameras. So all cameras should come with touch screen, especially in 2017 and after. Point number 6, sensor stabilization. Sensor stabilization, you need to add this feature to all your camera bodies. The stabilization should be in the camera body, not in the lens. you are wasting your time and your money. Nikon, you are just focusing on making this lenses, the VR lenses, which is you are trying to put the stabilization in the lens. You are not putting the stabilization in the body. By putting the stabilization in the lens, you are making the lens more expensive and less sharp. So your lenses start to be less sharp when taking photos, and also it became very, very expensive. While you can make it your life easy, just put the stabilization in the body, and any lens you attach it to this body, it will be stabilized by default. So Nikon should focus on this point. It is very important, the sensor stabilization, to have the stabilization in the body, not in the lens. We have Sony now, they are really doing amazing job in this point. They have the Sony A7R2 and the Sony A7S2, and also now they have the Sony A6500. These cameras, it comes with body stabilization, sensor stabilization, and also Panasonic now, they introduced this in the GH5. So Nikon, you need to focus on this point. It is very, very important. And also, as I said before, the electronic viewfinder. Electronic viewfinder will allow you to see what you are going to shoot, and you will see the final result before you pressing the shutter button, instead of taking the photo in a traditional DSLR and wait this photo to come to the screen and watch it and make sure it is exposed well or not. So I'm expecting from Nikon to start introducing electronic viewfinder in their cameras, because people start switching from DSLR to mirrorless just because of such features. Point number 8, we need 4K videos without cropping. Most of the DSLRs from Nikon and from other companies, when you switch from still to 4K video, the sensor, the camera will do some kind of cropping. It will not shoot with the full pixels readout from the sensor area. It will do some kind of cropping, and so it will cover less area of the image sensor size. This will give the camera more flexibility in processing, but also this will decrease the quality of the video. So we need 4K without cropping. The Panasonic, they announced the GH5, and the GH5, it's coming with full pixels readout from the image sensor. Feature that I saw in Sony mirrorless cameras, which is the eye autofocus. Instead of shooting photo and you find one eye in focus and the second eye not in focus, this feature, the eye autofocus, will make sure the left eye and the right eye in focus. This is very important for portrait. When you start getting experience more and more when you are reviewing the photos, you will notice, you will catch such things, that if one of the eyes is not in focus. So having eye autofocus in your cameras will attract more portrait professionals to start buying your cameras. Point number 10, which is the silent shutter. Silent shutter, when you take photo with a DSLR, usually you hear sound, and this sound, for me it's okay, but when you are shooting sometimes in situations like wildlife, you are in the wildlife and you are trying to get as much as close to the birds and other animals, when this sound happen or come out from the camera, you will distract what you are trying to shoot. So having silent shutter is very important in situations where you are in an environment that, for example, someone is doing a presentation and you don't want to this sound to come out and distract the guys, and also in the wildlife when you don't want to distract what you are trying to shoot. The point number 11, cloud. This topic now, most of the companies, they are claiming that they are cloud ready. Okay, so let's say we need to be cloud ready. For Nikon, I have just one idea. It came to my mind, and I believe it's no one talked about this idea before. You need to build a cloud service. You need to build a cloud service where you have the servers and you have some kind of storages, and you are selling this to your customers with subscription base. For example, 10 gig, 100 gig, unlimited plan, whatever. So you have segments and you have some kind of offers you are doing to your subscribers, and your cameras should be cloud ready. You can install some kind of clients on your cameras, and these clients talks to the cloud services. For example, you are shooting in a studio and your camera is connected to your studio Wi-Fi, or if you are shooting in home and your camera is connected to your home Wi-Fi, immediately when you take photo, the photo will be stored on the SD card or the media that you have inside your camera, and at the same time the camera will use the internet connection to send this photo to the cloud. So this will make sure that you have copy of your photo in the cloud. If anything happened to your SD card, this will make sure that already you have backup. So instead of shipping cameras with 2 SD cards and making the professional photographers who wants to have backup of their data to buy 2 SD cards and insert the 2 SD cards in the camera, so instead of having the camera body big, and instead of forcing the users to buy more than 1 SD card, just ship the cameras with 1 SD card, and the user can pay you money, maybe $5, $10 per month, to rent your cloud services. And every time when he take photo, this photo will be sent to your cloud service, so the user will have also access to this cloud service. Anytime he can get this photo back from the cloud, he can view it and using it while it is in the cloud. And if the guy is taking photos outside, just allow the camera also to connect to his mobile phone. He can do tethering from his mobile phone and connect this camera to the smartphone, and the camera can use now the smartphone mobile connection to send the photos to the cloud. So in short, Nikon and all camera manufacturers, and again, this is my point of view, I want to listen from you guys in the comments below. In short, just make the cameras more attractive, especially to the young generation, the guys who is using their smartphones to take photos and videos. These guys, they are happy with the iPhone, with the LG G5, with the LG G6, with the Samsung Edge. They are happy with these phones and they are taking amazing photos. But these photos, it is really not professional. When they want to take it to the next level, they will go and buy mirrorless or DSLRs. But when they buy professional camera, immediately they are disappointed. They are missing the touch screen, they are missing the integration with the cloud services, and they are missing the user-friendly interface. Make the camera operating system more attractive to the users, make the touch screen available in all cameras and make it responsive. Just start making the cameras more and more smart and start doing things the mobile phone cannot do it. And for sure after that you will be back on the track and you will sell more and more. For me guys, I believe in the past couple of years Nikon did amazing job. They shipped amazing DSLRs and amazing lenses, amazing systems. So I don't think so these guys going to die soon. Nikon, you need to know that this is 100 years company. It's not company just found by chance with just in the past decade. No, this company is 100 years company, and cameras and lenses, it is not only their business. They have a lot of business units. So these guys will come back and I'm sure they will fix their problems, and this is just the user feedback. I'm sure they have other ways to do things, and they will come back and they will surprise us with a lot of products and services in the future. Thanks guys for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Please don't forget in the comments below to share your comments with me. Don't forget to hit the like button for me. Share the video if you want to share, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and I will see you all in the next video.